friends, welcome back to Kat's Kitchen. I'm so glad you guys are back here with me for another episode. Today is burger night. It is a weeknight, and so we need something fast and easy to make. So I'm going to show you how I make my fast burgers. You can either make this in a skillet on your stove top. You can make it in your oven. The oven would be about 350 for roughly 20 minutes or so if your meat's thawed out, which my meat is. We're gonna mix mine up. Or you could do this on the grill. Make your patties. Obviously grilling is probably our favorite, but it's a little chilly outside. So what I'm gonna do is just make it on the stove top in my cast iron skillet. So I'm gonna show you how we pull all this together. It's really easy. Some real basic ingredients that you probably have already. So let's get to it. So here in my bowl, this is how I usually let my meat thaw out. I'll put it in a bowl and then I put it into my refrigerator and just let it gently thaw out. Usually I'll do this at least a day or two in advance. And then I will rinse this out and we'll reuse our bowl. Just gonna rinse off any blood that might be on the meat. Alrighty friends, so I have my 1 pound of ground beef. I have 1 egg here that I just cracked into my little dish. Got one little shell in there. Okay, and then next what I have over here is my skillet heating up with some avocado oil in there. I'm gonna put our skillet on a mid-high. I may have to turn my vent fan on here eventually. So to this, we're gonna season up our ground beef here. I have some pre-chopped onion that I keep in my refrigerator. This was actually from the freezer. I had opened the bag and put the remainder here in a dish in the fridge. So that just makes it easy access for whenever I need chopped onions. Okay, so I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of our chopped onion in there. And then we're gonna add some minced garlic. About a tablespoon of garlic. You can tell I've been cooking because I am almost out of that jug of garlic. We're gonna add some Dijon mustard in here. And then obviously we'll put our egg in, and then you can season this multiple different ways. You can put, you don't have to put, I have barbecue sauce here. You can do this, you can do ketchup. You don't have to do either one. Just do it for how you and your family enjoy it. But I put about a tablespoon of our Dijon, and I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of the barbecue sauce. Now we're gonna come in here and hit it with some seasoning. We're gonna do salt and pepper, onion and garlic powder, and I actually am out of parsley, otherwise I would add that in as well. That's okay. I might hit it with a little bit of Italian seasoning. Here we go. And I'm gonna give a little bit of a splash of a red pepper flake here just to balance out that heat and the sweet that we have coming from the barbecue sauce. Okay, so now we're in business. I'm gonna add in our egg. And then we're gonna get this mixed up, formed into patties. And then by then, our skillet should be plenty heated for us. Now to serve alongside of this, you could do this many different ways. If you wanted to serve this with mashed potatoes and not like a traditional burger, what you could do is make mashed potatoes And with your patties, make a gravy and saute some onions and mushrooms, and then just put that right over your mashed potatoes. That would be really tasty. And then just serve with a side vegetable. We usually don't use bread that much. As you know, I'm gluten-free and Mark doesn't really eat that much bread. So this is going to be an open face burger for us. I'm going to end up putting some Munster cheese on these, and then we'll top it with some avocado, and then we have some side veg. And then you can obviously do French fries if you like with these. Alrighty, I'm just gonna form these into the patties that we want. And for 1 pound, we should be able to get quite a few out of here. I love it when there's bits of onion all the way through it. You can also put onion on top or do those onions that are the crispy onions that come in the bag. I forget the name of them right now, but they usually put them on top of green bean casserole. Those are really good on here too. You can make all different kind of burgers. You can make a black and blue burger, switch up the cheese, switch up the fillings for them. And if you notice, I'm putting these down clockwise so that I know which one I put down first and which one may be ready to turn first. Also, when you're cooking on a stove like my electric one here, sometimes you do have to turn over your protein several times and reposition it throughout the pan in order to get an even cook on it. If you're cooking on a gas stove, usually you get a more even cook. But cooking on gas is not a necessity in order to cook well. Alrighty, so let's see, we got 2, 4, 5. We got 5 really good sized burgers out of this 1 pan. I'm sorry, 1 pound of our beef. This is beef from our local rancher. And these onions are actually from our local farm from last year that I froze. I'm gonna get cleaned up and I'll see you guys back here in a minute. Alrighty friends, so here I am just pressing down our burgers with just a very light little press here with the spatula and just seeing if they need repositioned. Still cooking about a mid to mid-high. So I'm just kind of rotating the burgers in the same place, but just so that because the inside on the electric stoves cooks a little hotter and faster than the outside. So I'm just kind of spinning them around here. Now, if you're not gluten-free, you can feel free to put breadcrumbs in these, and that'll help as your binder. Or if your mince is a little bit too loose, you don't need to put the egg in there too. That's also another help for binder. You can also put shredded cheese inside and it'll melt and then it'll help the meat stick together. And then I'm just putting my little splatter screen on top here and letting them cook. So here I'm just showing you, I have some waffle fries and then I just had a bag that had some sweet potato fries. Just had a few in it, so I figured we would use that up. I'm just seasoning here with some avocado oil, salt and pepper. And then we're going to hit these fries with a little bit more seasoning. And then I'm just going to cook these in my air fryer. I'm going to use some garlic and onion powder as well. And once again, if I did have parsley, I'd put that on here. Parsley and potatoes go hand in hand. And then also a little bit of paprika. You can omit any of these spices if your family doesn't like them. but I always like to give it as much flavor as possible and try to do a little less salt. So I try to get most of my flavors from, the seasonings that I'm using outside of the salt. But obviously there is a time and a place whenever we do need salt to bring out the flavors as well. So I'm just going to mix these up here, and then we're going to pop them into our air fryer. It's already heating up. I like to preheat my air fryer. That way when I put my tray in there, they cook a lot faster for me. And these waffle fries and sweet potato fries are from Sam's Club. So here I'm just prepping some veggies. We are going to be eating the avocados with dinner tonight, but these beautiful bell peppers, I just wanted to prep some of these for the week. I didn't get a chance to this weekend. Usually I do all of this on a Sunday, but sometimes it ends up being Monday, and that's perfectly fine. I like to have these bell peppers sliced for salads, for eggs, fajitas, tacos, whatever we might need them for, or just for snacking. And I was just showing you there how to cut around the core and around, those little membranes on the inside so that you can get the most out of your peppers without waste. And today I'm slicing these a little larger in case I need to use them for like a fajita or something like that. And then I'm just storing them in a glass dish, and then we'll go through these probably within a week's time. I ended up putting a lid there on our burgers. You can see I did turn the heat back to about a mid-low because I want the insides to cook now. And then I'm going to be adding our Munster cheese on shortly here so that can get all nice and melty for us. And then this dinner is practically done. I'm showing you there, I'm just squeezing the avocado. If you're not sure if your avocado is ripe enough to slice, give it a nice little squeeze. It should be soft, but not too soft. You should be able to squeeze it though. And then the outside skin should be very black. And there I'm just showing you how to take the pit out and how we're slicing it. You want to make sure your knife doesn't go through the skin. That way whenever you come back with it with a spoon and scoop it out, it helps to all stay together for you. I know some people like to peel their avocados, and it's not necessarily like there's a particular way of doing things. This is just how I've always done it. If you want your avocado to be really, really perfect, then I would recommend peeling it and then slicing it. But you can slice it or dice it in the little skin and then scoop it out with your spoon, and then you have instant slices or cubes for whatever you need. All in all, this dinner really didn't take me that long from start to finish. It maybe took me 20 minutes. You can tell this video is fairly short, so I just edited out a little bit of lagging time for you, but for the most part it really only took about 20 minutes. Okay, so here I have a mug, and what I'm going to do is just take some pot holders, and I'm going to hold the lid tightly and pour out as much grease as I can off of these burgers. This ground beef is pretty lean, to be honest, but because it was meat that was frozen. I think it accumulated a little bit more moisture for me. I really didn't end up getting too much grease off of here, but what I wanted it to start doing is just start to caramelize on the bottom a little more before I put our cheese on the burgers. I put the grease in a mug because whenever that cools down, I'll then put it into my garbage can once it's cooled completely, because I don't want to put that down my sink and have it mess up my plumbing. Next, I'm just adding in our cheese. You can put whatever cheese you like on top here, obviously. I believe this is 2 pounds of sliced cheese from Sam's Club. They really have the best price on cheese. Even if you're looking for something particular or special, that's where we get all of our cheeses from. So I would recommend that. Still looking for a local farmer for decent cheeses. So I'll stay tuned with me for that one though. So I'm just cooking these on extremely low until the cheese melts and it's all done. So here is the final product. We have our air fried fries, our burgers, and then we have our avocado and some side veg. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.